Independent client customer Shapiro. We are here today in the daylight, so we get to actually see everything that we're working on today and colors and this kind of thing. Met with a client earlier today. There's a few things I'm going to put in the front of the video here that are some framing issues that we've found, some things that the customer is probably wanting to have changed a bit, some electrical stuff that we're going to talk about real quick, and then we'll get into the actual design part for the designer in the second part of the video. So first of all, let's start off here. This is your back wall where your refrigerator and your stove is. If you take a look right here, this wing wall to the left is only 25 inches deep front to back. Now that is to plan, but for modern refrigerators, they're talking about just buying a freestanding refrigerator. Modern refrigerators are 34 to 35 inches deep. Okay, they're deep. Besides that, they're going to want to have that upper cabinet up here, what we call mom's attic, the deep cabinet above it. And at 25 inches deep, the edge of our crown molding is actually going to be hanging out from the front of this. So one of the things we looked at today is you see your framing that you already have here. We need to add 9 inches of actual depth to this. And the reason that is because, again, if you look at your orange mark here on the floor, that's close to being what a refrigerator is, but it actually comes out even further than that. Again, they're looking at a 28, 29 cubic foot refrigerator, which is 35 to 36 inches to the front of the box. And then the door is another 2 to 4 inches thick. So it's going to be hanging way out past the front here if we don't add some extra framing here. So that was the first thing. We need to make sure that we add some depth to that wing wall right there. Next thing was over here. We actually laid out for all the center lines of everything where the actual electrical is above and everything for the bottom. That all lays out just fine as far as the lengths of everything. If you look at this section right here, this is where there's going to be a 48-inch base cabinet and a 48-inch floating shelf. So we'll talk about that again here in just a second, but there is a cabinet that's sitting right over that outlet, okay? So I went ahead and put a note on there that needs to be omitted. They do not want a outlet in that cabinet. They don't need it. So that can be left as a junction box. We'll just pull it through the back of the cabinet if you want. It looks like it has a feeder line in and a feeder line out. So it is a junction that carries on through the circuit. But what we do need is we need another GFI for the countertop up here. So we're going to need to add a GFI outlet on this side of this stud cavity. And again, I think they're doing a spray foam on this. So this will definitely have to be done before we do anything with the spray foam. But if you take a look, the bottom of your cabinet is usually 54 inches off the floor. They want the bottom of their shelves, their floating shelves, to be at 60, 3 inches tall, and then 15 inches and 3 inches tall, which gives me 12 inches off that header. So all of this is just going to be floating shelves on the top, no box cabinets. Down here, this is going to be a countertop, 25 inches deep countertop. So it's by code, we'll have to have a receptacle above it. And then we're going to actually take and wrap a baseboard molding around this and make it tall doors to where this cabinet actually has a little bit more interior space to it than a regular cabinet does. No top drawer at all, just tall doors. Okay, so that's the second part in the kitchen area. All right, so here we are in the laundry area. The thing they had talked to me about last time, and we discussed again today, was that this connection for the washer-dryer connection hose was higher than they were expecting. They wanted to have it a little bit lower than that. Again, it doesn't affect me as a cabinet guy. The actual height of the cabinets above this are going to be at 60 inches. So you can see right here, 60 inches is only about 7 inches higher than the box that you have here on the wall. Normally the box would be down here somewhere around 44, 48 inches. And so it is going to have all these exposed hoses and everything else. The bottom of the upper cabinets right here are going to be at 60 inches off the floor. Now, the other thing we talked about is you've got your electrical for your dryer here, okay? But we didn't know for sure where the actual dryer vent was going to go out. So you've got 30 inches usually is planned for your washer and 30 inches for your dryer. So we've got 60 inches of space in here. When we look at the overall here, she didn't want to have any cabinets on this one. She just wanted a folding table here. So we're looking at doing a leg on the right, a leg on the left, and building some table banding in here to actually have just a counter space for her to have like place under here to put her clothes baskets and stuff like this, linen baskets. Up here, these will be full cabinets. No, she omitted those. I'll have to look and see. Hold on. Okay, here's the drawing. So basically, you're going to have the cabinets above, but she's going to omit the cabinets to the right, and we're going to make the bottom of that basically a table banding. And if you take a look to the left-hand side of this door, this is only 17 inches of space here. The typical folding table is 21 to 24 inches. So I'm going to draw something that actually shows this coming in about 12 inches and then step out to 21 and then come on across to where it meets the other piece here. And the reason I say that is because this door opening is already centered on this wall, and they do have the swing of the door going that way. So this was a change that we're going to show in the drawing, that this will be an offset table. It'll have just a little space, come in, and then step out deeper and come across. Again, the washer and dryer are going to be like 34 inches deep, so you want your folding table area to be close to that depth as far as that goes. All right, got one more thing in the master bath right around the corner here. So in the master bath, we already have the plumbing done, which is perfect. All that's already roughed in. The problem we had today is when you look at the depth of this, I only have 22 inches to the edge of that door frame, okay? Well, that's going to have a molding and everything on it. And that means that all of that's going to be too deep. Our cabinets are 21 inches deep. It's going to be too deep. It's even going to cut into the door trim. So this is a 34-inch opening right now that goes into the closet. Suggested to them we maybe go to a 30. It's a 34. We go to a 32, make it a 30-inch door. A 32-inch, that means we need to add about 2 more inches of framing here. So that we can actually get 24 inches of space. I need 24 inches of depth here, and it will still get into the door trim. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to fix it. It's going to still get into the door trim, but it will not omit the door trim. At where we're at right now, the actual cabinet 21, the countertop 22, you're not going to have any door trim. It's going to cut that off completely. It's going to look like the cabinets are too deep. But again, it's a master bath, so you don't want 18-inch deep cabinets in a master bath. I think, like I said, this is a closet, so this is a 32-inch door opening here. It's a 34-inch rough opening. If we go to a 30-inch door here and go to a 32-inch rough opening, that'll give me at least enough room for you to have part of your door trim that's still going to show. If you want to go to a 28-inch door, okay, not out of the question. If you want to go to a 28-inch door, then you would be able to make this another 4 inches of framing, and that would for sure get me outside of the space problem. But right now, just to touch it and have room, we have to at least add 2 inches. So this will be 2 inches of frame or 4 inches of frame to get me the return I need. Now, as far as length goes, I measured for all the pipes, and an 8-foot length, perfect. All that's just fine. But we definitely need to go back and look at that left-hand return. All right, so this point forward, we're looking at design issues and design specifications for the customer. They're wanting to do the Shelby cabinet in the oyster finish for all of the bathroom cabinets. That will be on a separate drawing from the kitchen. In the kitchen, they want the Beyond Midnight on the Shelby cabinet door style. Again, it'll be on a separate drawing because it's a separate color. But in the kitchen, all plywood construction cabinets, slow close doors and drawer fronts. In the laundry room, as well as all of the bathrooms, that'll all be oyster, and it'll actually be the standard construction cabinet. So take a look here on the back wall. Let me get that drawing out. There we go. On the back wall, we're wanting to do a canopy hood. The ceiling height in here is 9 feet. So we're wanting to do a canopy hood in the center, leave a little bit of space on both sides. Center lines of the plumbing plumbing and electrical for the stove is something I have there. It's at the bottom of the hood. She wants 66 inches. It's 97 to 127 is the stove opening. The overall cab box max is 205. And you've got about 4 inches before the door trim at 205. Back of the island wants to go ahead and get the measurement for the microwave, so we know for sure what that measurement is. Make sure we get the right size cabinet. That is a freestanding microwave inside of a finished hole opening. We want to move the trash can over next to the sink. Going to change the apron sink out for a undermount sink, be a 2-bowl undermount sink. About 9 inches to 10 inches deep. And then to the right of the dishwasher, she wants to move the set of drawers over to the right of the dishwasher. Okay, on the back of the island, we're going to omit the cabinet line out. We're going to do an 18-inch overhang. We're going to build a pony wall in the back of that, cover it in skin, have an outside molding, corner moldings on it, a batten trim, and wrap of baseboard around the back. 20-inch overhang brackets for a 18-inch overhang, and again, that fits on the back of the wall. In the Jack and Jill bathroom, we need 57 inches of vanity on one side, 45 inches of vanity on the other. The actual build-in of those is smaller than the 48 and the 60 as in the plan, so we need to make sure we step down to the next size. Just drawers to the top, doors on the bottom, just like you're seeing there. Bathroom 2, this is going to be a 30-inch bathroom vanity with just tall doors, 2-inch filler against the left-hand wall, omit the drawer space. Bathroom 4, we're going to actually omit the cabinet in bathroom 4. This is the master bath configuration we talked about, a 12 cabinet, 24 drawer, 24 and a 12. I'd like to have that his and her drawer in that communal section in the center. And that's about it. If you have any other questions about this, feel free to give me a call at 423-650-1051. Have a great day.